Welcome back. We've been joined by award-winning writer-actor T.J. Edwards and award-winning actor, producer, director Brian Hemmingson with Washington Shakespeare Company. Oddly enough, the Washington Shakespeare Company happens to be in a production of Jean-Paul Sartre's No Exit right now. How did you come to do an existentialist drama?
Do you want to know?
Yeah. Well, one of the missions of we're a new company. We've been around since about the first of the year, although the people in the company, we've known each other for about 9 years and have been acting around Washington at just about every one of the theaters around town. But we decided to sort of take our fate into our own hands, as it were, and to do some great plays that we wanted to do centering around Shakespeare and some of the classics of theater literature. And one of the classics is No Exit by Sartre. And so that's how we decided on No Exit, and the fact that it fits the people in the ensemble very well. The
You're not
cast that
going
we
to just
have.
do Shakespeare, you're going to do a wide range of things.
Right. We open up with No Exit this Wednesday, September 12th, at the Gunston Arts Center in Arlington, and we've just started rehearsals for St. Joan, which will open up October 24th, and then we've got a couple of Shakespeares coming after the first of the year.
You're directing this play now, and you're in it.
Yes.
You're in it. And you've won a Helen Hayes Award for writing?
2 Helen Hayes Awards for playwriting. Been nominated, another for acting, and Brian's been nominated for a couple of Helen Hayes Awards himself.
And did you win on your first try at writing? Is that
My first try, yes, I won in my first try.
What was that?
It was a play called New York Mets. It was done at Woolly Mammoth back in 1984, 85, something like that, 85.
It's called New York...
86, New York Mets. Nothing to do with baseball. About 3 denizens who inhabit a typewriter repair shop in New York City.
Ah.
And they played at the Woolly Mammoth in Chicago?
Woolly Mammoth here.
In
here.
In Washington.
Washington.
I think over by DuPont Circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's, that must have been pretty encouraging to write a play and then all of a sudden you award-winning writer.
It had a nice life. It started out at the Source Theater and their festival, and moved on through some readings, and then Woolly Mammoth picked it up, and I was a member of their company for 2 years, and we developed some plays and developed another play, National Defense, which won the Helen Hayes Award the next year for them.
Yeah.
So when you won the Helen Hayes, how vastly did your income multiply from that?
By probably 1%. No, not even that. Something like that. As a friend of mine once said to me, it's a nice piece of plastic, but it doesn't buy you lunch.
Right.
So we do what we do because we love to do it, and we don't really have much choice in that. And it's the same thing now with the Washington Theater Company, because there are 8 of us that got together and decided to do theater and wherever we could, and plays we wanted to do, and do it together.
Not guerrilla theater, exactly. I understand the new place you're going to is a beautiful new space in Arlington.
Yeah. Brian, what is your background before we get into a clip of that?
I just decided to be an actor one day when I was about 18, and I've been doing it since then.
What have you appeared in locally?
Oh, a lot of different things. I had my own theater company in 1980 for about 5 years.
Here in
locally, I just did Dangerous Liaisons,
Spheres
Theater Company, an old one, a long time ago. Source, I worked at Source an awful lot, 3 Sisters, just a lot of different things. One thing I wanted to say about the company thing
go ahead.
is one of the reasons we started this was because we're all friends, and that's the way I like to work. I like to work with people I know, and that's something that you don't always get when you go auditioning. That's another reason we started the company, is that we all wanted to work together on a more regular basis, because I think you get much better work when it forms out of an ensemble. You know, when you're used to working, you know how the other person is. You don't get into trying to figure out what this person's going to do because you don't know them, you know.
Well, for instance, if you're married to somebody else in the company.
Yeah.
As Brian is. Brian is married to the character of Inez in No Exit.
Yes, Nanna Ingvarsson, yeah.
Well, now that you've both been nominated and won some awards, does this mean you've been able to give up your day jobs and you can concentrate on this?
No.
That's a running joke.
You give up your day job?
No. This is my day job. What do you do?
I carpentry, painting. Sometimes I drive. Various things.
Sort of bag man?
Yeah, kind of. Mostly carpentry and painting, stuff like that.
I bring food to rich people.
Oh, is there a lucrative career in that?
Yeah, it's the service industry.
Yeah. It must give you some material for
oh yes,
your plays.
oh yes, oh yes.
I think it's a Helen Hayes Award-winning play about catering of some kind.
Yeah, well, I think those have all pretty well been written. I can't write anything that strikes my heart that deeply.
What are you working on now?
A little bit more of a fantasy.
Are you writing anything now?
I've been crafting a screenplay for a while, but no new piece of theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a spell.
So you're just going to be an actor for a while?
Well, I'm also artistic director of the company right now, and so that's consuming so much of my time. We also have rotating artistic directorships, and my term ends the first of the year. So then I will move on to some writing and try to write some pieces for the company specifically, and one of the other members of the ensemble will take over and carry the flag for a while.
How do you delegate responsibility in the ensemble? I mean, you say your term is up in a year as art director?
Artistic director.
As artistic director. Are you elected to this, or everybody puts their names in a hat?
Basically,
and
it's when they shove somebody forward, whoever is the weakest in terms of...
the penguin principle.
Yeah, right.
Survival of the weakest.
So, sooner or later, someone will want to do it, but right now I will.
How many are in the company? How big a company? When you talk about the Washington Shakespeare Theater Company, what are we talking about?
We started with 8, we now have 10. We've added a couple of people.
Grown 20% over.
Growing 20% this year.
Plus, we have a lot of other people that work with us as well. That work with us on a regular basis. We have a lot of actors that we've used, 3 or 4. But there's just basically the people who started the company. It's
core group.
Yeah. We call ourselves the ensemble, and there's the company.
But if you look in the listings for some of the things, the plays that are being done out here in the suburbs, they tend to be, you know, sort of the traditional musical type things. Do you think...
The Fantastics, once again.
Do you think that Shakespeare is... do you think the suburbs is ready for Shakespeare?
What are we, idiots? I live in the suburbs.
Well, absolutely. I think right now there's a sort of a fear of going downtown, and I think that's one of the reasons that the theaters downtown are hurting. And I am glad to be away from the downtown scene.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Think of the theater district in Washington.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to take a look at a clip from the production that will be opening Wednesday, and it's opening where now?
At the Guston Arts Center on 2700 South Lang, is it?
2700 South Lang, South Glebe and Lang Street.
And this is not, excuse me, a clip. This is a clip of a rehearsal. So this isn't the final thing. It's
right. But tell us a little bit about what we're going to see.
Oh, well, it's basically a scene where they're just trying to figure out why they're in the room together. And that's basically it. It will say the rest when you see it.
It's self-explanatory. Okay, and this is...
If you've read the play.
Yeah, this is hell, by the way. No Exit is about being in hell.
About being in hell. And this is, what, a 1-act, 2-act, 3, what is it?
It's full length.
It's going to be a full-length play. It's a long 1-act, so we've split it up. We've also added another piece to it.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a bit of it.
But why have they put us together?
Well, it's just chance. They put the people in wherever they can in the order of their arrival. What are you cackling at?
At you and your chance. You need to be reassured that badly. They leave nothing to chance.
Maybe we met somewhere before.
Never.
Or maybe we have friends in common. Don't you know the Dubois Seymours?
I doubt it very much. What do they do?
Do? They don't do anything. They have that big place on the Riviera. And
I was a secretary.
Oh, well, in that case. And you, Monsieur Cardot?
I never left Paris. I found trouble enough right there.
Well, in that case, you must be right. It's pure chance that's brought us together.
Chance. Then this furniture is here by chance. It's an accident that the chair on the right is baby blue and the one on the left is blood red. An accident. Well, try moving them around and tell me how it goes. And that statue. Sat there by chance, too. And this heat! This heat! I tell you, everything was planned. Down to the last detail, and with the greatest of care. This room was made for us. It was waiting for us.
Why should that be? Everything in here is so ugly, so hard and angular. I've always hated angles.
Do you think I lived in a room like this?
And you think everything has been arranged?
Everything. And we're well matched, too.
And it's not by chance that you happen to be sitting opposite me. What are they waiting for?
I don't know. But they're waiting, don't worry.
Oh, I can't stand it when I think somebody expects me to do something. Right away, I have the most awful urge to do just the contrary.
Well, go ahead and do it. You don't even know what they're waiting for.
Oh, it's unbearable! Something is supposed to happen to me because of you two? Because of you two! I've seen faces that meant something to me right off. And yours say nothing at all.
Come now, why are we together? You've said too much already. Go on to the end.
I know nothing about it.
We've got to know.
If only each of us had the courage to tell.
What?
Estelle! What did you do? Why were you sent here?
I don't know. I haven't the vaguest idea. I'm sure it must be a mistake.
Well, I guess the ultimate message of No Exit is Hell is other people. Tell us a little about the people that are, the actors that are in the roles in No Exit. Who's Garcon?
Oh, well, we're doing another version, and his name is Credo, actually, Paul Bowles' translated version. Christopher Henley, he's been a friend and a fellow actor for a long time, about 10 years or so. And then Nanna Ingvarsson is playing Inez, the gay one, whatever you want to say. And Myra Cooper is playing Estelle, the nice one.
Nice.
How long will this
read it,
run?
I can't agree.
How long will this show actually run?
Wednesday through Sunday evenings from September 12th through the 29th of September.
Just this month?
Yeah, just the month of September. Yeah.
What about this place where you're in? Is this is a relatively new place, the Gunston Art Center, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
It's a brand new theater that the Arlington County has put together for performance groups. It had been used somewhat, but they're putting in a brand new, about 100-seat black box theater in what was the old library. Word Stage was there for a long time, and they've added about 4 groups now, 4 perhaps more groups: Signature Theater, Word Stage, New Works, Goosebump Theater Company, and ourselves, and then there will be some other special events going on. That's in the smaller theater. And then in January, they've got the gala opening for the 450-seat theater, which is a big proscenium, and the Fairlington Players will be there, and lots of the big groups in Arlington as well. And they've got their costume shops in there, and they provided us with wonderful resource and facilities and been very generous.
Sounds like it's going to be a good place.
Yeah,
to,
a lot of activity.
Yeah. Well, we're out of time. Hard to believe, but it's come to that point again. I want to thank T.J. Edwards and Brian Hemmingson and my co-host Miles Anderson. And we'll be back in a week with another show. Keep watching Free for All.